I'm pushing the record and here we are. All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're anything mompreneur, entrepreneur, startup, digital marketing, this is the spot to be. Today, I'm very excited to bring you Suzanne. And Suzanne, would you mind introducing yourself and kind of what you do? She's in publishing.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Suzanne Doyle-Ingram. I live in Vancouver, Canada, and I'm a mom of 3 kids. It's my most important job. But I'm the owner of Prominence Publishing, and we help coaches and entrepreneurs and consultants write books that they can use to attract clients to their business.
I love that, which is another reason I'm on call today, because I would love to produce a book. And I was just thinking, how can people get the conversation started with you if they want to produce a book with you?
Oh, that's a great question. I love to meet with people before they start writing a book, because there's certain things you need to put in place before you write your book, which make it really easy to write your book. And believe me, people that go through my programs and my private clients always say, it's actually not that hard to write a book, because what happens with most people is they don't know where to start. And so someone says to them, just write, which is the worst advice ever, because then they just go blah, 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 blah all over a page. And it doesn't really result in a client attracting book. That's for sure. And then they kind of have to start all over again. So, the most important thing is to think about why you want a book, how you're going to use this book, because, it's kind of old fashioned to think you're going to write a book and then you're going to sell 1 million copies. Really what people need to do is think about how they will use that book as a tool to market themselves and market their business. Because it's easier to make money using the book to get a new client than it is working all day long trying to sell 3 books a day. It's just such a waste of time to try to sell books, which sounds really bizarre coming from a book publisher, I know. Yeah,
wow.
People probably think I'm crazy, but the way that I work with my clients really works.
That's great. I love that you have a step-by-step process, because I was thinking kind of the same along the lines. I didn't want to just start write something, have a direction, or write a frame, but where I wanted to go. And I actually want to let the audience know I did meet Susan, luckily, because I am co-authoring a book that she is publishing called Air Fryer Secrets. And I feel really humbled and honored to be a part of it. We do have a video on the channel. You check our playlists. It's kind of like a spoiler, this is what it's about kind of book. But if you don't know how it started, I have Susan here to give us kind of how it started with the kind of main guy, Kevin Stephen Quinn, great friend of ours, awesome guy and entrepreneur. Yeah. So how did Kevin approach you? How did this kind of come about?
Well, I've known Kevin for a while, and so yeah, we're friends, and I kind of every now and then I see what he was up to, and he's looking what I was up to, and he knows I do these multi-author books. I've done them for chiropractors and realtors and mortgage brokers and lots of entrepreneurs, coaches. I mean, I've done tons and tons of them. Usually not this many authors, I'll have to say. But so when he started he was trying to build up his Facebook engagement. And so he was doing Facebook Lives every Friday from his kitchen, and he would be cooking with his air fryer. And it was kind of like I don't know, almost like a marketing stunt, but he didn't do it on purpose. He just started doing this, and then people started watching. He got more and more followers, and he's just a really lovely guy who just gives and gives, and he's so nice that people are naturally attracted to him. So he started building this big following, and people were calling it like Air Fryer Fridays. And then while he was cooking with his air fryer, he'd be giving like digital marketing advice and business advice. He's got years and years of experience in business. So anyways, somebody jokingly said, oh, you should make a book called Air Fryer Secrets. And they made a mock-up of a book cover. And then I said to him, or I don't remember if he came to me or maybe we were just on a call one day, we were chatting, and I was like, well, if you want to do it, I can help you do it. I am the right person to do this for you, because I will take care of everything. And so he's like, he just put it out there. Hey, anybody want to write a chapter in a book? And all of a sudden it went totally out of control, bonkers. Everyone's like, yeah, me, I do. I'll do one on podcasting. I'll do one on YouTube. I'll do one on Shopify. I'll do one. And now it's about 70 authors. So it's going to be a massive book. But it's really great. It's going to be a really good book. And I feel so privileged to be involved in this project. And also, I get a sneak peek. I've been working on this for months. So and every chapter that I read, I go, oh, I'm going to do that in my business. It's so amazing.
So since you have kind of the sneak peek, can you give us a little hint, not too much, but a little tease of what kind of audience is going to benefit from this book, and who should be, like, who it's going to captivate and who's really going to benefit the most? And then I'm also curious about the charity work that's going into it.
Yes, yes. So the reader is typically going to be a small business owner or an entrepreneur, someone who's looking to get more customers, because everything in this book will help you. Don't do them all at once, but if you do implement them one at a time or a few of them, you will see more traffic, you will see more customers, you'll be able to identify who your customer is, you'll be able to find different ways of reaching them. So that's the type of person that's going to really benefit from this book. And then the profits from the retail sales are going to Operation Underground, which is an amazing charity that I heard about first from Russell Brunson at ClickFunnels, and then Stephen Larson is donating to them too, and lots of those sort of digital marketers are donating to Operation Underground. Oh, sorry, Operation Underground Railway. It's OUR, and it helps women and children get out of sexual slavery, which is happening right now all over the world, and even in the United States and Canada. It's very, very, very serious problem. So we're gonna help. We're gonna do what we can to help.
I'm so happy to be a part of that and to shed some light on that, because we kind of live in our bubble, our happy world, and we don't realize that in the same world, we could have no idea that someone across the street is trapped in this horrific nightmare of sex slavery.
Yeah, I know. Or, you don't think that your child is going to get stolen or kidnapped. Oh, I mean, I can't live my life like that. I can't be afraid of that every day. But really, my kids walk out the door. They're 13, 15, and 18 years old. They walk out the door, they get on the bus, they go to school, and I mean, anything could happen. And you just can't imagine it. It's just awful.
Yeah, well, that is so beautiful, and it's amazing that the proceeds are going to help that. And I can already tell it's going to change tons of lives. Now, you named some really big names, Stephen Larson and Russell Brunson. Are they a part of this book? Because I know they've got like millions of, followers and people engaged.
Unfortunately, no. No, they're not, unfortunately. They're too busy. They're really too busy. I know Stephen Larson wanted to be involved, but he just doesn't have the bandwidth right now. So he wasn't able to write a chapter for us. But I'm sure they'll be supporting us from the sidelines. I hope so.
That's great. I know Kevin has a really, really big community. Are there any particular authors that might be, not saying they're better or higher, or just further along in their journey that maybe some of our followers might already know, that might have a little more larger names or be well more known?
What's so funny about that is some of these guys really fly under the radar, and I'm reading their chapters and I'm like, oh, he seems like a nice guy, la la la, and they're like, oh, he's a really big deal, but you can't really tell publicly. People are making millions of dollars a year, some of these co-authors. And so one that I would have to say that is very humble and very kind is Blake Newbar. He builds funnels, and he's just a lovely, lovely guy. And so his chapter is on basically on funnels, sales funnels. And he's great. His chapter's really good on like how to make it happen. But all of the chapters, I mean, everybody was chosen for their specific thing that they do. It's just amazing. It's really, really good.
I'm so excited. I think my followers should already know, but my chapter is on parentpreneur lifestyle hacks. And I was a little worried at first it wouldn't fit in, because I thought, well, I could do some of these other topics, but nobody was doing parentpreneur lifestyle hacks. And that really resonates near and dear to my heart, because I feel like even if a small business or a parent who wants to be an entrepreneur bought the book, if they didn't know how to balance their life to get there, they wouldn't be able to really use the tools in the book in the first place, which is one of my biggest hurdles.
And I think it's so great for parents, especially moms, to know they're not alone. You know, like a lot of moms, when you start having kids and you don't want to go back to that 9-to-5 job, but you're lost. You're like, I don't know what to do. That's what I did. I mean, I started my entrepreneurial journey 18 years ago when my daughter was born. All of us, I just thought I was a total career woman. I was like, oh, you have a baby, you stick it in daycare, whatever. And then, you know, which obviously is a very real thing for many people. But I had no clue how much I was going to love this baby. Like, oh, she's crying, and I'm like, she's like holding onto my leg at the daycare. And I just really, really wanted to be able to work from home, which I have done for many, many years. But I love your topic because it shows how you can make it work and how it can be possible.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. Yeah, it took me a while, but as soon as I started with my first son, I was like, no, I don't want to leave him. Like,
yeah, I know. I still feel like that. And my kids are teenagers. Like, oh, I didn't know I was going to love them this much.
Yeah, it's definitely a rock and a hard place to not be able to work from home as a parent. And when I first started, I was so confused. Like, I'm really trying to get like infringe on this mom and family time, but I still want to build this business. And some things just like, I was like, okay, I have to find a way to make this work because it is not working if I'm either, so that's why I like to use my lifestyle hacks. And if you guys want the lifestyle hacks, you can check the description box below. And if you are interested in publishing, you're a mompreneur, or you might be following me and building up your business, whether it's in digital marketing, make sure to check out the description box below because I'm going to link Susan's link. So you can set a call with her if you want. And you guys can talk to Susan and maybe discuss a possible book idea if you feel like you want to publish a book. How's that sound, Susan?
That sounds awesome. And you know what? I'll give you a link to a free training that I did recently. It's a recording. It's not one of those fake things like, oh, sign up for Tuesday at 10 or whatever. It's just, they get it right away. And it's a great training I did. It's an hour long. It's on how to write a book in 8 weeks, which people have really been enjoying. So I'll give you a link to that.
Wonderful. So I know we can't, any more secrets we can get from Air Fryer Secrets without spoiling it too much.
Well, one thing I want to say is that almost every single author has given a gift of like a free training or a checklist, or in one case even an Excel spreadsheet that looks amazing. So people should pick up the book just for that. I mean, the free gifts in this book are worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's amazing. I am so excited for it. Thank you so much for giving me your time today, Susan.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, guys, if you want to know more, check out our spoiler video. And don't forget to like and subscribe for all things entrepreneur, digital marketing, startup, or mompreneur.